After drop point 2, I feed it out. Again, grab the middle point of my hose that I've marked previously, and I'm going to head up the stairs. Every building is going to be a little bit different. This is a very short run. We're only going up to the half landing. Some buildings are going to have a much longer stairwell. You're just limited by your building. So up we go as far as we can. I do not want to pass this corner. Drop it like so. Notice that I have a lot of extra hose. It's going to vary on each stairwell. I want to get my hose up here. Now what we want to do is communicate with each other and feed all this extra hose back down to the standpipe floor and out into the hallway. So take slack. Hold the track there. Good. I'm going to try to take some more. Notice right here, our final look is we have a nice straight run, nice loop, right up the stairs and right down the stairwells to the standpipe floor. Notice where my nozzle is placed. Resist the temptation to put the nozzle right up to the door. When you charge this hose line, this 2.5 is going to expand and it's going to put it right in the door, preventing me from opening the door and putting me right up against it. So give yourself some room. Let's take a look at how it looks the rest of the way down. So as you can see, it's one nice straight run on the outside of the stairwell as we come down, all the way onto the standpipe floor. We've hooked up to our gauge. We come back onto the standpipe floor where the standpipe firefighter is going to grab the middle section that we've marked previously and walk it straight down the hallway. One nice big loop. Now, case in point, you notice in this building, we had to stretch down the hallway this way. Every building is going to be different. A center core building, you're going to have one big open space right here, and you may be able to stretch straight out. Additionally, if you have an apartment right here, feel free to force this door and stretch our hose straight through that apartment to take this corner out of our stretch. Whatever you can do to facilitate the stretch with the 2.5-inch hose is going to make your work that much easier. We're now ready to charge. As we charge the hose, 3 critical points. We have to have a firefighter at each elevation point with his foot on the hose. Once the water passes, he's good to go. If we pan up, we can see the next friction point. And proceed up the stairs. And our third friction point, what we're doing is we're making sure that we get the weight on the landing that the hose is on. If we don't step on the hose, the weight of the water is going to pull all of our 2.5 right down the stairwell. And we've got our hose right here by the door. We're ready to go. One of the critical points that we need to suggest in the stairwell stretch to Fire Tac 1 is that Fire Tac 1 has got to make the decision to join Fire Tac 2 and Fire Tac 3 on one hose line. We have to forgo that immediate attack backup mindset and put all available resources to the 2.5-inch hose line and get it in service as fast as we can and use the available flow knockdown power of the weapon to do our good for us. The 2.5-inch hose is heavy. It is hard to move. 4 people maneuvering the 2.5-inch hose around as many corners as we have here in the stairwell are going to take a beating. We need to assign Fire Tac 2 and Fire Tac 3. That's between 7 and 8 people so that we can have a firefighter at each friction point to facilitate the advance. We've got Fire Tac 3 in place. We've got Fire Tac 2 in place. And when we start, notice how we've still got door control of the hallway and we do not have anybody on the landing above. We still have door control. We bring all firefighters down. We're ready to make the advance. Prior to making the advance, Fire Tac 3 can begin what I call packaging the building. If you take a look down here in the landing, the firefighter is hoisting the 2.5-inch up against the walls. He's facilitating the advance to help give some slack to the attack team as they move. Each corner person can be doing this at their assigned location. Fire Tac 1 can now force the door. We're ready to flow water. In we go. We chalk the door. I'll chalk it. Now notice our stop, guys. Notice our gravity assist feed right here. We've put the hose up the half landing for gravity assistance. We've given these guys roughly 25 feet of free rein to go around this corner. Down you go. Now we're at a point where people have to move up. I have one door firefighter that's right here. That door firefighter can assume a position to help facilitate around this corner. The 2.5-inch hose is a heavy weapon. One of the recommendations is to use your legs. Come over here, grab a bite, and use your leg muscles to facilitate the advance. This is happening all the way down to the floor below the fire. One other option is to take a seat at the corner position, lodge your feet into the corner, and use a rowing maneuver to use your legs. At some point, the nozzle team is going to need more help going around another corner. When that happens, this door position has to move up, this door position has to move up. It's a very fluid operation. This first door position from Fire Attack 3 is helping the hose advance. He's making a nice big loop in the stairwell. This lets him know when the attack team is advancing and gives them as much slack as possible. He continues this maneuver. He has to communicate with the last door position from Fire Attack 2. When it's time for him to move up, he will do so. Next position is to have this firefighter out here on the floor below, on the standpipe floor, also facilitating the advance. He's pulling it from the hallway and helping advancing it up to the next door position on the landing. Again, it's paramount that we combine Fire Attack 2 and 3 at the discretion of Fire Attack 1 to make this advance as easy as possible. This is heavy hose with lots of friction points, i.e. corners. We need to facilitate the advance. One door firefighter trick that you can employ at any corner is notice how the door firefighter puts his air pack in the corner of the door. This gives him more balance, gives him more leg power instead of trying to struggle with the weight of the air pack and his arm weight. He's using his legs, he's sandwiched his air pack into the corner, and he's facilitating the advance. One point we want to suggest with the standpipe control firefighter. Notice how the Y with the inline gauge is connected directly to the standpipe. Again, this is my discharge gauge. I need this to regulate the pressures for my attack hose. I need to have it close to the standpipe wheel so that I can adjust accordingly. Notice the position of my Y appliance. Leave this fully open and control the pressure with your wheel. Do not control the pressure with the valve on the Y appliance. At times, as you'll find out in the PRV CE school, you can have excessive pressures on here, and if we have excessive pressures right here, they can rotate this ball valve in this Y appliance. Control your pressures here, leave this fully open. Good to go.
Very cool.
All right, we're done, bud.
That is.